So, for the interspecies spiritual practice today, I have one from you from a recent trip to New York City, and I think it shows you the power of mindfulness. Now, one of the things we talk about here when we usually do our meditative or mindful or prayerful practice or our loving kindness for a few minutes is we encourage you all to not just do that with us for like 5 minutes while we're in Sunday service, but to take these practices out into your life and do them. What happens when you do them yourself? Do they help with your self-care? Do they help with your resilience, your emotional regulation? When you're doing advocacy and activism, or you're seeing suffering, or you have distress, and also how do they impact other people? So here's the setup, and then Phil's going to play a video for us. It's about 3 minutes long. So I was in the city and I heard the most amazing, beautiful chorus of little twittering birds and above the honking and, all of the chaos of New York City. This just beautiful, beautiful sound. So I stopped to watch and I saw this building in front of me. You'll see it in just a moment, where nature and city are entangled, right? That idea that we might think of nature being separate, are entangled on the front of this beautiful building. So I stopped, I got out my camera, and I'm standing in the sidewalk doing this, recording it so that I could bring it all to you. But what I didn't realize was going to happen was the impact that the other people who saw me standing on the sidewalk with my phone like this, what that might do for them. I was just doing it for you all, right? So Phil's going to show you a video. This tickles. You might laugh during this one a little bit, but just to see kind of what happens when we're being mindful in the middle of the street somewhere and we impact other people without intending to do so. All right, Phil, that's enough of a ramp up for this. You like them, right? Do you hear them?
I wanna see the plant. What's that?
Yeah. It's like a whole flock, right?
I know why it is a lot of bill there. You see?
I was walking by and I heard them and I just had to stop. There's some there.
I think nobody living there, right?
Right?
Nobody.
If I was a bird, I would be living in there. I love this. I have now decided that I always have to walk. That's near where I used to live, in an area of New York City called Hell's Kitchen, that they tried to rebrand into Clinton, but we all still call it Hell's Kitchen. And I have made a commitment now to make sure I keep walking down that street and see what's going on there. It is surprising to me Honestly, it's quite surprising to me that that big of a tree is over an entire building coming up over the corner. Just amazing. You never know what you're going to see, folks, when you tune in mindfully when you're walking and you're not, absorbed in some sort of phone call or just taking in your environment. So I hope you enjoyed that. And my kind of thought away from that is we're talking about a lot of birds. We're talking about turkeys today, but I'm wondering, how do we have commitments to other birds? How do we have commitments to them? So I'm going to do a little research on that building to try to see what I can find out about it. And if I ever start to see there's any cranes or construction that starts to move in there to shift that area, maybe I can get involved and try to make sure that that tree stays or those birds get rehoused or whatever is going on. I don't know. I don't know. It's a very confusing type of thing when you start to see these kind of things in urban environments.